Good morning, Alyssa. Are you working this morning too? I heard your husband Henry is a high-flying banking executive. Is it true? Surely you don't have to work so hard when your man's bringing in that much money. I fail to see why you'd be so desperate to sacrifice yourself as a corporate cannon fodder cubicle slave to a company that couldn't care less about you. If I were you, I'd be pouring all that energy into being the best stay-at-home housewife there ever was to make sure Henry had all of his needs provided for, if you catch my drift. If it was me, I'd sure as heck wouldn't be slacking on my womanly duties like you are. Oh, Henry is just so dreamy. He's so wasted on good-for-nothing corporate livestock like you. How on earth did you manage to bag yourself such a high-quality guy in the first place? I fail to see what he sees in you. If he's truly honest with himself, I'm sure he'd probably rather have a loyally devoted stay-at-home housewife like me as his wife. Good morning, Christine. Reading through your deluded fantasies first thing in the morning is so disgusting it's making me want to throw up. So would you kindly stop spamming my message box with your hate? Thanks. Huh? Disgusting? How dare you speak to me like that? Henry says he'll always love me whether I work or not. Oh dear, would you look at that? She accuses me of being delusional while coming up with ridiculous fantasies of her own. There's no way any man would ever say that, darling. Everyone knows men only look for two things in a woman: big boobs and good cooking. Are you sure all that working hasn't fried your neural circuits? You really should think before you speak sometimes. A high-flying stud like Henry, happy with a working wife? Now I've heard it all. My train will be arriving at the station soon and I have to make it to work, so I gotta go. Goodbye. Oh, how sad. You're such corporate livestock, you don't even have the freedom to message when you want to. That can only mean you probably don't have enough time to talk to your husband either. Oh dear, that poor man. Henry must be really lonely and sexually unsatisfied with you as his wife. If it was me with that ring on my finger, I'd become a stay-at-home housewife and listen to his troubles until the early hours. I'd be there for him whenever he needed me, his solid, dependable rock, his shoulder to cry on. Listen, Alyssa, don't you think it's best for Henry that you divorce him? At this rate, he'll be stuck with you for the rest of his life. Truly a fate worse than death.
Hey, Alyssa. I'm taking a late lunch break right now. What was that woman's name again? You know, the annoying one from kindergarten.
Huh?
You know, the one you said was a pain in the ass to talk to. The one who keeps insulting you, calling you stuff like corporate livestock, bugging you all the time with random hate-filled messages.
Oh, Christine?
Ah, that's it. So that was her name.
Did something happen with her?
Well, she's been waiting in the lobby of the bank all morning. She's only just left.
Jesus, are you kidding me? You mean she showed up to your workplace at the bank by the station?
Yeah, she was here until about an hour ago. I had a suspicion that was who she was, so I didn't go over and speak to her myself, but when I asked one of my coworkers to go over and see what she wanted, apparently, she pretty much ignored everything he asked her while staring at me as I dealt with another customer before suddenly getting up and walking out.
Wow, incredible. She must really have a lot of free time on her hands.
Is that all this is?
Gah, nope, no. I think there's actually more to it. I wasn't sure whether I should tell you about this, but if she's doing weird stuff like showing up at your workplace now, I think it's for the best that you know.
Know what? What is it?
I think Christine might be trying to steal you from me.
Steal me? From you?
She just showed up at your workplace, right? I think that from now on, at least for the foreseeable future, you should operate under the assumption that you're being stalked.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yep, I'm serious. To tell you the truth, she's been sending me lots of messages recently that would indicate that's what she's trying to do. To be honest, a part of me suspected she might do something crazy, but I guess the rest of me didn't want to accept it. Then finally, the other day, I got a message that made it as plain as day that what she's trying to do here is cause me and you to get a divorce.
Man, I can't believe this. Christine, seriously? She's about as far away from being my type of woman as could possibly be. Look, to tell you the truth, I hate girls who act the way she does.
I know that, which is why I know there's no danger of you ever looking at her in that way, and honestly, I'd be happy just to ignore her if she didn't cause anyone any problems. But if she's already doing crazy stuff like showing up at your workplace while you're on shift, we might have to start proceeding with a little more caution.
I'll tell you what, babe. I'll explain the situation to my boss so that if she shows up again, he can be ready this time. Let's just see how things play out for now.
Yeah, good idea. It'll help if your coworkers know what she looks like. I'll be on my guard too. I'll let you know if she says anything else, okay? Sorry for keeping this from you, Henry. I just didn't want to bother you is all, but I never expected her to start acting like this.
Don't worry about it, Alyssa. I totally understand why you didn't tell me. All right, I have to go. Catch you later. Alyssa, that woman is totally insane.
What happened?
It's Christine. She started working at the convenience store across the road from the bank.
She started doing what?
When I went to the store before work to grab some sandwiches and a drink for my lunch, I was browsing the sandwiches when she slithered around the corner from behind me all of a sudden, wearing one of the store uniforms. Then positioned herself between me and the sandwich counter so we were facing each other head on, and there was like 1 centimeter between us, and stared at me intently with the creepiest, most spine-chilling smile I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, that sounds like something out of a horror movie. Wait a sec. So she suddenly has a job after calling me corporate livestock all this time? At a convenience store, no less?
Hey, that's a good point. Do you think she knows?
I'm guessing she started working there because she doesn't. I'm going to do a little digging. Will you carry on keeping an eye on her for the time being? Make sure she doesn't notice you if you can avoid it, though. It's important we don't let our guard down here. There's no telling what she might do next.
Got it. You're right, Alyssa. You too, babe. Stay safe.
Hey, Alyssa. If I told you my plan to get closer to Henry was going amazingly well, what would you say? He is such a sweetheart. Can you believe he's been using his breaks from work to come and see me? But when I stare deep into his eyes, he gets embarrassed and averts his gaze. Isn't that the sweetest thing? My Henry is the cutest. I bet you never get to see his tender side like that, do you? Are you jealous? Go on, you are, aren't you? It's okay to admit you're in pain, honey. Anyone would be in your situation. Love is the most amazing thing. I don't need to hear any more about your absurd delusions, thanks. Excuse me? Listen, Alyssa, it's becoming increasingly obvious to me now that you don't know your place. Should I put you out of your misery and tell you? My place? You seem totally oblivious to it, but you should know that you're already well on the way to being divorced by a hunky Henry and living a life of despairing isolation and poverty as a single mother. The wheels are in motion, my dear, and there are no brakes on this train. As for me, my future as Henry's wife is already a dead certainty. Everyone knows that to have a rich, handsome husband is the ultimate status symbol for any woman. Basically, soon I'll have reached the peak of female excellence, and my status will be higher than all of the moms at kindergarten put together. And obviously, this part should go without saying, but it's your job as the lowest IQ moron of all the moms at kindergarten to follow my orders and do exactly as I say. That's why I hereby order you to divorce your husband. Hand him over. He's mine. Wow, this is really quite something, Christine. You know, just because you just got divorced yourself doesn't give you the right to go around trying to get your claws into other girls' guys. Huh? What the hell? What are you talking about? Me? Divorced? I didn't get divorced at all. No. That's not how this goes down at all. What's actually going to happen is that once mine and Henry's engagement is official, I'll be filing for divorce with my husband, but not a moment before. That convenience store across the road from the bank Henry works at? You started working part-time there a little while ago, right? Huh? How do you know that? According to my conversations with the other staff who work the same shift as you at the store, you've been going around seemingly half bragging about how your husband divorced you when he found out you had another boyfriend, and how you didn't have a choice but to pay him every cent of the compensation he demanded from you in court. You told them all about the circumstances leading up to your divorce with such boldness and forthrightedness that it almost seemed like you were proud of it. The reason you suddenly got a job after ridiculing me for God knows how long for being a working woman while extolling the virtues of being a stay-at-home housewife is because you suddenly owed your ex-husband massive amounts of compensation after the divorce and no longer had anyone to support you. You had no choice but to get a job and actually support yourself for a change, right? No. Oh my God. Wait a sec. How did you... That's not all. You were constantly bragging about how your new boyfriend worked at the bank across the road. You wouldn't have happened to have been talking about my husband, Henry, would you? It's actually impressive that you're still totally oblivious to how much you disgust him. To quote him, "She makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end." Your visits to the bank have even gotten so bad that his co-workers have been forced to talk to you several times and are now considering banning you from the premises entirely. And yet you still don't have a clue how unwelcome you are, do you? No. You hold your horses for just 1 second, Missy. What the hell is this? Those were all personal conversations held in the privacy of the convenience store staff room. How would you know about them? You don't even work there. Yep, I knew it. You don't know, do you? I guess it was only a recent development. What was? I'm the area manager for every single store in the region. Huh? The hiring of part-time and temp workers is still down to the store manager, so I don't have any say in that. But come to think of it, I still haven't shown my face at the store while you've been on shift, have I? Area manager? Wait, I've heard that title before. Aren't they even more important than the store manager? And it's you? Yep, it's me. In other words, I'm your boss. What? This is some kind of joke. You cannot be serious. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. You're fired. What the heck? Where did that come from all of a sudden? Listen, Christine, the thing is, I've been receiving constant complaints from the store manager about how you have an awful attitude and refuse to do any work at the store. You were so busy bragging about your alleged boyfriend working at the bank across the road that you thought you were above doing anything else. Like you were somehow exempt from doing the job you were literally just hired to do. You even went as far as harassing Henry's co-workers at the bank when they stopped by the store to buy their lunch by aggressively trying to extract information about my husband from them. Don't even get me started on when Henry himself came in. You followed him so closely you may as well have been glued to him. You weren't only reported to the store manager by your coworkers, but you even made other customers feel uncomfortable with your creepy, unacceptable behavior. Me? Reported to the store manager? I had him check the surveillance cam footage, and sure enough, your conduct at work was horrendous. So after stopping by for a meeting with the manager, we decided that you stepping down was the only realistic solution, because we sure as hell couldn't let you carry on working there. Oh my God, you're horrible! To think you're abusing your powers as area manager just because Henry is about to leave you for me? This is disgusting. I'll have you in court for this. That's your response to everything I just told you? Seriously? I guess I shouldn't be surprised after everything, but you still somehow managed to astound me. You should know that Henry has zero intention of leaving, nor divorcing me. Huh? What do you mean? Don't be silly. Of course he does. How can you still not get it? I literally just told you. You've been causing Henry a world of trouble, and he is sick of you. Me? He's sick of me? Want some proof? How about the fact he's barely been stopping by the store since you started stalking him every time he showed up? You must have noticed he hasn't been around as much, right? He hated you following him around so much that he started getting his coworkers to pick up his lunch instead of having to face you himself. What? No, but Henry loves me. Anyway, you'll probably receive official notice from the store manager soon. You're fired. We won't be needing you to show up for your shift tomorrow. No way! But I worked so hard to get this job, and I need the money. I just got divorced, goddammit. My husband even took custody of our son. My life's a dumpster fire, for crying out loud. I am barely managing to get by as it is. And now you're saying I'm fired? Gah! I don't want to have to look for a new job. I worked so hard to get this one. In that case, you should have worked a little harder to keep a hold of it instead of using it as an opportunity to stalk my husband. Make no mistake, the reason for your dismissal is the continued refusal to do even the bare minimum of work. If you'd just done your job and not stalked my husband, I would have had no issue with keeping you on. But you're the area manager. Surely all it will take is one word from you and this whole thing would go away, right? Excuse me? Me and you are friends, right? We became best friends after meeting outside the kindergarten. Your husband took full custody of your son, did he not? Huh? Which means our kids, our initial point of contact, no longer serve as a medium through which I am forced to continue our relationship. I'll never have to tolerate you outside of kindergarten again. And I gotta tell you, Christine, I am super relieved by that. What? You're relieved? All right, I think we're done here. Alyssa, please wait. I can't cope on my own. I mean it. I'm all alone and I don't know what to do. See ya. I was shocked to discover the reason Christine initially got the hots for my husband is because he was the bank clerk who helped her make the compensation payment to her ex-husband after he divorced her. Henry, being good at his job, was naturally very friendly and polite to her and kept a smile on his face throughout the whole interaction. Christine, being completely insane, mistook that as him having a crush on her. When I asked Henry about it, he said he didn't even remember it. Eventually, Christine, after having her life smashed into smithereens by the mother of all deluded misunderstandings and an unhealthy obsession with other women's husbands, had no choice but to move back in with her parents in the middle of nowhere. However, around the same time, she got wind of the news that her first ever boyfriend had just divorced his wife. True to form, of course, crazy Christine interpreted this as him wanting to rekindle their old flame and spend the rest of his life with her. With that, she launched a stalking campaign so intense, it made what she did to Henry look like a warm-up. She lay in wait outside the poor guy's house every night before trying to force her way inside with him when he got back from work. When that failed, she crammed his postbox full with thousands upon thousands of love letters. Eventually, he was so terrified he got the police involved, leading to a restraining order being put out and Christine having to pay thousands of dollars in compensation. Before long, the whole town knew about her insane shenanigans, and her parents were forced to kick her out due to the shame and embarrassment. I have no idea where she is now, and to be honest, I couldn't be more pleased about that.
Rachel, are you there? You got a minute?
Hey, Kylie, I'm here. What's up?
I'll be coming to your high-rise apartment block later on, so make sure the door's open for me when I arrive, okay? That's right, me and you are officially gonna be living together.
Huh? Make sure the door's open for you. Living together? I'm not sure I follow.
My belongings for the move should all be arriving tomorrow morning. I'm sure I can count on you to help carry my stuff in and unpack my things, right? Great. Excellent. Thanks, babe.
Whoa. Slow down a second, Kylie. What do you mean, the move? I haven't heard anything from my husband or your parents about this.
Yep, because this is the first time I'm telling anyone, you big doofus.
My mom and dad are both on holiday in Thailand right now, and my brother's away on business in Arizona, so none of them will be back home for a while yet. You know that, right?
Why, yes, dearie. It just so happens that I do, which is why you, who got left behind to watch the house while everyone's gone, are the only one left for me to tell. Does it make sense yet, blockhead? Some people are so slow to understand, like seriously.
I do wish you would have said something sooner. Why do you think it's fair to spring this on me out of nowhere? Surely you can't actually expect me to make the necessary arrangements to take you in at the drop of a hat like this. I have my own life to live. You're putting me in such an awkward spot here. I'm sorry, Kylie, but I can't do this.
Don't be so dramatic, Rachel. Besides, what choice did I have? Listen, the thing is, you know my boyfriend, the guy I was living with? Well, we broke up. Or rather, he dumped me. Can you believe that? Ugh, guys are such assholes. Anyway, that's why I have no choice but to move back in with Mom and Dad. And since they're on vacation while you stay behind to watch the house, I'm telling you. But Kylie, this isn't your mom and dad's house. It belongs to me. What? What the heck are you talking about? I've never heard anything so crazy in my life. No, dummy. My parents are very kindly letting you live with them because you're my brother's wife. What possessed you to believe the house is yours? That's hilarious. Stop acting like you're the center of the universe. That house belongs to my parents, which makes it my family home, which means I have the right to come and live in it whenever I feel like it. You got that, Missy? How about you start acting a little more feminine? Jeez, Rachel, have you ever heard of modesty and reserve? Anyone would think you were a dude with how aggressive you can be sometimes. It's a wonder my poor brother doesn't divorce you if this is the crap he has to put up with. Kylie, listen to me. Just because your parents happen to be living in this house doesn't necessarily mean it belongs to them. Damn it, I have had it with you. This discussion is pointless because you're such a dumb blockhead. Let me make it real simple so even a moron like you can understand. The bottom line here is I'm flat out broke and can't afford to rent a room. Do you intend on leaving your own sister-in-law out on the streets to starve in the freezing cold winter? Have a heart. Oh my God, is this what you were really like all along? Am I finally seeing your true colors? You're horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Should I tell my brother about this? You know, I think I should. He has a right to know what a cold, heartless monster his wife is. Jesus, Kylie, are you for real? Fine, you can stay. But I'm not kidding when I say we genuinely don't have any rooms for you to stay in. What about the room right at the back? That's my room. I see. Okay, I'll take that one. Kylie, this isn't your family home, and you don't get to make the rules here. I just want you to remember that. Who cares? Anything is fine as long as I get to live in a luxury high-rise apartment. I need you to leave as soon as you find somewhere else to stay, and I want you to promise you'll keep looking regularly. Yeah, whatever. Okay, see you this evening. I hope you're ready to welcome me. What's your problem, damn it? Where the hell do you get off on acting like such a sassy bitch queen while staying at my mom and dad's house? Anyone would think you owned the place. Excuse me? I told you to act more feminine, didn't I? What's the point in you being married to my brother if you don't even know how to be a wife? I thought this when I came home last time, too. I could tell there was an atmosphere, but didn't want to say anything because I'm so polite and respectful. But I won't stay quiet any longer. I have seen the way you walk around like you rule the roost with that horrible, arrogant attitude of yours. You make my poor mom and dad so intimidated they barely dare open their mouths. Then there's my coward brother, burying his head in the sand and never saying a word, pretending everything's all sunshine and rainbows while his parents suffer. I feel so bad for them. What are you talking about? Anyway, more importantly, hurry up and vacate my room. Pronto. My belongings have been piled up in the living room for days now. Is this seriously any way to treat a girl in her own house? I am sleeping on the goddamn living room sofa, for crying out loud. Wait, did you do this all on purpose? Are you bullying me? Did you already forget everything I explained to you on the evening you arrived? Forget what? This apartment belongs to me. It's my name on the deed. I pay all the bills. The furniture belongs to me. Literally all of it is mine. I have no intention of intimidating your parents, and believe me, I'm pretty sure I'm not. If they seem different, surely it's just because they're being polite because they're conscious of the fact they're living in someone else's house? What? Ugh, how many times do I have to say it? This is my parents' house, which means it's my dad's name on the deed. Where the hell do you get off on trying to steal my family's belongings? Stop saying weird crap, now! Why is it that you seem completely incapable of understanding the most important part of what I'm trying to tell you? The only one who's incapable of understanding here is you. This is my house. You're nothing but lowly vermin. That's right, you're the lowest down on the pecking order here, and you do well to remember that. As long as you're under this roof, my used underwear has more status than you. Hurry up and get out of my room pronto before I flip a heckin' switch. Do I make myself clear, lady? Kylie, would you mind telling me why my private belongings are strewn all over the living room and hallway floor? Oh, that. I didn't know you'd be home this early. You left me no choice. What did you think was going to happen? You didn't hurry up and get out of my room, even though I gave you countless warnings. So I did what any reasonable person would do in my situation and used you being out all day as an opportunity to take all the stuff out of your room and replace it with my own. Sorry, honey, it's mine now. I just made a post on Insta telling everyone about how I just moved into a luxury high-rise apartment overlooking the river, so obviously I needed a room. Now everyone knows how important and high status I am. As for you, you're now officially living in the living room. I hope you like the sofa, because that's where you've been forcing me to sleep all this time. Time for a taste of your own medicine. Holy crap, Kylie, you've seriously gone and done it this time. You need to quit acting like this. You had no right. Frank and your parents are going to be back the day after tomorrow. What's the problem with me living in my own parents' house? You should know you're not getting off the hook with just a telling off this time. What are you talking about? This house belongs to my parents, you frickin' doofus. Why would they get mad at me for moving into my own room? Anyway, the real parasite here is you worthless lowlife stay-at-home housewife. If you don't like it, then you get out. Excuse me? Quit making me repeat myself, you pea-brained dimwit. This is my house. My parents live here, which means the house obviously belongs to them, and I'm their daughter, which means it's mine too. Therefore, this is my house. Do you understand yet? God, you're dumb. How the hell could the house belong to you when all you are is a stay-at-home housewife parasite who leeches off my brother's fat paycheck? You're basically on welfare. Kylie, I'm not a stay-at-home housewife. Wow, really? Whatever. That doesn't change the fact that this luxury high-rise apartment belongs to me. This is a direct order from the daughter of the apartment's real owner. Get the hell out of this apartment now, you worthless, low-life, good-for-nothing blockhead parasite. Good grief, this is pointless, isn't it? Fine, I'll get out right now. Woohoo! Yippee! Yay! But you better not touch any of my stuff. Yeah, whatever. Finally, I don't have to tolerate you in my space anymore. You should know I won't be taking any responsibility for what happens to you after this. Whatever, you homeless loser. Good morning. Well, if it isn't my favorite homeless loser. Want to know what day it is? It's party day, because we're going to celebrate my homecoming in style. I invited a bunch of my friends over already. It may only be morning, but that just means the drinks are going to be flowing all day long. Woohoo! My friends thought your stuff being in the hallway and living room was weird, so I told them it's there because we had to fire our maidservant for being useless. My mom, dad, and brother won't be back until late tonight, so me and my friends fully intend to party all day long while enjoying the view from my luxury high-rise apartment. Catch you later, loser. Rachel! What? Where are you right now? Let me stay at your house. If by my house you mean the high-rise apartment, I already let you stay there for ages, did I not? But I just got kicked out. My mom and dad just came back. I was expecting them to praise me for kicking you out for being so arrogant and failing to fulfill your wifely duties to my brother. But far from praising me, they flipped out and told me to pack my belongings and get out. I've never seen my dad so angry. It was terrifying. They were so livid that they wouldn't even give me time to get everything together. So I ended up getting kicked out onto the streets with nothing but the bare essentials. Oh, so that's what you're crying about. Yep, Frank just called apologizing for your appalling behavior. He promised to return my room back to how it was before you let yourself in and kicked me out. What? I have, zero idea what's happening here. The bottom line is that I'm homeless. You'll let me stay there tonight, won't you, Rachel? Can I come back, please? That's not gonna happen. Please let me stay. I'm staying in a business hotel tonight. Huh? It's only a single room to begin with, and besides, even if I wanted to let you stay with me, it'd be against the hotel rules to let someone who wasn't a paying customer in. That's why it's not gonna happen. But I thought you were gonna go stay with your parents at their place. Originally, the high-rise apartment was my parents' place. Huh? What? I don't follow. I'm pretty sure I already told you what I'm about to tell you on at least one occasion in the past. But my parents currently live in Singapore as the managers for my company's overseas division. Your company? Singapore? They liked Singapore so much that they decided to stay there. Which is why my dad transferred my name onto the deed for the high-rise apartment you just got kicked out of. Wait, are you being serious? This isn't some kind of joke, is it? As for why your mom and dad have been living with me in my apartment, you know about the company accommodation they'd been living being demolished 3 years ago, forcing them to look for somewhere else, right? They did their best to find somewhere back when they got the eviction notice, but nothing seemed to pan out for them. The day of eviction drew closer, but they still didn't have anywhere. I felt bad for them and figured it wouldn't hurt to have them stay with me for a little while, kind of like temporary refugees while they looked for somewhere else. So I asked them if that was something they'd be interested in, to which they said yes. Now, it was only originally intended to be a temporary thing, but it actually turns out we all really enjoy living with each other, so we decided to carry on with the same arrangement. They've been living with me ever since. But I thought my dad was the one who bought that house. Do you understand you were wrong now? Rachel, what am I supposed to do? Why are you asking me that? I know it was your house, but I sold some stuff. Excuse me? I wanted to make up for some of the money I lost by paying for the moving company to move my stuff. What did you sell? Oh, just things like books, accessories, the printer for the computer, towels, drink holders, and the sofa. Holy crap, what the hell did you go and do? I knew I was right to take my laptop with me when I left. As someone who works from home, I'd be screwed without that thing. Jeez, talk about dodging a bullet. How much did you get for everything? Huh? The money. How much did you get for selling my things? About 900? Wow, you must have sold a lot of my stuff to get that much. You'll be paying me damages for the total sum it cost me to buy all of that stuff, and you'll be paying at the price I bought it. Damages? What? Yes, obviously. I shouldn't even need to say it. But you can't seriously believe you were going to sell a bunch of my personal belongings without my permission and get off the hook without facing consequences, could you? Or are you actually that delusional? But I used that 900 on the party with all my friends after I kicked you out, like on drinks and things and a DJ. Wow, incredible. Tell me something, Kylie. You don't have a job, do you? Listen, what I'm about to do isn't just to ensure you come up with every last cent of the money you owe me, but it's also to help you on your way to becoming a decent, respectable member of society who pays her way without leeching off others. I'm going to introduce you to a job that'll involve living on the premises in accommodation provided by the owner. Huh? If you have no money and nowhere to live, you have no choice but to accept. I'm going to live with them? But where? I'll have your brother send the address of your new workplace soon, so be sure to make your way there as soon as you can. Rachel, can't you at least give me a tiny bit of information before I go? I don't want to talk to you any more than I have to. Rachel? Your outrageous shenanigans this time made me lose the last little bit of hope for you I didn't even know I still had. From here on out, me and you will have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Me and you are as good as strangers now. Rachel, please! Goodbye. With that, Kylie escaped faster than lightning. Where did she go, you ask? The only place she thought she still had a hope of finding shelter, her ex-boyfriend's place. Unfortunately for her, he had zero intention of patching things up with her and called my husband the moment he realized his psycho ex was causing a scene on his doorstep. My husband promptly made his way over in the car, bundled her into the back seat, and took her to his friend's fish factory, where Kylie would be starting her new life as a live-in worker. We found this out later on, but apparently the reason Kylie's ex broke up with her was because he found out she'd been selling his personal belongings online behind his back. She used what money she'd been able to put together with her illicit activities towards her moving fees, and that's when my part in this whole saga began. I promised Kylie I wouldn't go to the cops as long as she paid me back every cent of the total sum of my stuff she sold. The overall amount isn't actually that high, so I like to think she's capable of paying it back. It's also encouraging to know she currently spends every single day working like a dog under the watchful eye of my husband's buddy, the factory owner. Who knows? Maybe there's hope for Kylie to become an upstanding member of society yet.
Hello? Veronica, are you there? Did you still not clean the toilet? Oh, despicable. Why do you think it's acceptable to ignore me? I want answers. Let me tell you, young lady, it's seen as basic good manners for people like you to see to it that the toilets are sparkling shiny in time for those of us with actual contracts at this company to arrive for work and not have to feel grossed out every time we want to go do our business. Wait a sec, are you for real? Are you kidding me? Oh, you didn't clean up the area around my desk either? God, what are you playing at? Why did they even hire you if you're incapable of doing even the most basic things?
Good morning, Danita. It was your turn to clean the toilet today, right? It said so on the rota. You know, the one the manager wrote and that we all signed. It'll be my turn next week, so I'll do it then.
Huh?
Besides, isn't desk cleaning the responsibility of the person whose desk it is? I've never heard anything about having to clean up after you.
Huh?
At least that's what everybody else at this company does. Think about it. People usually have important documents in and around their workspaces, so things could probably go wrong if we all went messing around with each other's desks. If anything, I think most people who work here would be annoyed if someone tried doing that.
Huh? Do my eyes deceive me? Am I, a full-time employee, seriously being talked back to by a lowly part-timer? Ugh, disgusting. You make me want to vomit, you insolent little worm.
The toilet cleaning rota decided on by the managers has nothing to do with being full or part-time, Danita. If you didn't want to do it, or didn't agree with the order, then why did you sign it in the first place?
Gah, that's it. I've had it with your cheek. You listen to me, and you listen good, young lady. This might be difficult for a no-good, wet-behind-the-ears part-timer with zero life experience and an IQ lower than my shoe size like you to understand. But in the world of work, there are such things as hierarchical relationships, and you're at the bottom of one. I'm a full-time employee, and you're a lowly part-time good-for-nothing. That clearly makes me your superior and means you have an absolute moral duty to do whatever I tell you at all times. How do you expect to make it anywhere in the world if you don't even understand something this basic? I suggest you learn your place if you want to succeed in this company, dear. Now, if I make myself clear, go and make up for your despicable, insolent behavior and scrub those toilets until they're so clean I could eat my dinner off them. Oh, and I will be checking.
Sorry, but I'm about to head out on an errand for our department manager.
Excuse me?
Apparently he needs something urgently. He told me to head out to the hardware store for some supplies.
No, but the toilets!
Like I said, it's not my turn yet. You're on toilet duty this week. I'll clean the toilets when it's my turn to do so, as should you. This whole system is predicated on each of us doing what is expected of us without having to be told by anyone else. So if you have any respect for the rules at this company, please go and pick up the toilet brush and get to work. Thanks.
Ugh, how dare you!
All right, I'm heading out to the hardware store. Catch you later.
Veronica, are you okay?
Darren? Okay? How do you mean?
It's about Danita, that new employee. I got a secret report from the manager on the situation at the office. Apparently, she still thinks she's superior to you because you work part-time. From what he told me, it sounds like she's being super disdainful and disrespectful towards you. God, it made my blood boil just listening to it.
Well, yeah, she is. But I'm only a short-term worker here to cover a temporary manpower shortage. So it's not like I'll be around much longer.
Sure, but is that any reason for her to make the time you do spend here so unpleasant? How about you just come out with it and make it clear that me and you are engaged? I'm keeping it quiet at work for the time being because you didn't want me to tell anyone, and I want to respect that. But Danita's attitude is disgusting. I don't know where the hell she gets off on thinking she can join a company and start treating its employees like dirt on the bottom of her shoe.
Yeah, but still, she's the only one in the office who acts like that. Everyone else is super kind and a joy to work with. In 2 weeks' time, she'll be nothing more than a distant memory. But if we let the cat out of the bag with our engagement now, I have a feeling we'll cause nothing but confusion for everyone else at the office. Besides, we already agreed with the department manager, Dave, we were going to let everyone know about our engagement on the last day of my temp contract. It's fine, babe, really. I'll be able to tolerate her somehow or other until then.
I'm sorry. I wish I could be around at the office more to stop her. Believe me, she would not get away with any of this crap if I was around. For the time being, I've told Dave to keep a closer eye on things.
It's fine, honestly. She isn't hurting my feelings as much as you seem to think. Sure, she can be annoying, but I can take anything. She usually gets bored when she realizes she can't get a reaction out of me. As with anyone like her, the best policy is to ignore. Don't worry about me, okay?
Alright, if anything else happens, I want you to tell me immediately.
Got it. Thanks, Darren. Hey, Veronica, you know it's the CEO's wedding in 2 days, right? Huh? Sure, I know about that. That's why you're gonna stay behind at the office and be on phone duty. Phone duty? But the company's gonna be closed that day, so the phones will automatically go to voicemail. What good would having me on phone duty do? Are you ignoring a direct order from a full-time employee? Do you have any idea about how the world works? It's not like a lowly part-timer like you would be invited to the CEO's wedding in the first place. So if you won't be at work and you won't be at the wedding, you won't have anything to do, right? I doubt someone who's still working part-time at your ripe old age could possibly be interesting enough to have any hobbies or a social circle. Well, if I was to say whether I'm invited or not... You're not, are you? I knew it. Like hell someone like you would get invited to the wedding of the most superior man at this company. Keep dreaming. All right, that settles it. You can come into the office on your own for phone duty. I want you in at 6 a.m. pronto, manning those phones like a good, obedient little part-timer. Hey! What the hell are you doing at the CEO's wedding? You're nothing but a lowly, part-time, odd-job girl. Who do you think you are coming to the CEO's wedding like this? And in a white dress? Oh, have you well and truly lost your mind? The only person who gets to come to a wedding in a white dress is the bride, you moron. It's called common sense. You're not invited, and you have the nerve to show up at the CEO's wedding wearing a white dress? Oh, how lacking in basic common sense can one person be? Not only that, but the direction I just saw you walking in, isn't that the area where the bride waits before she walks down the aisle? Oh my God, are you plotting to crash the CEO's wedding? No way. Are you going to try and steal him from his bride on her own wedding day? You are sick in the head. You're scary. You have to be stopped. Anyway, didn't I tell you you'd be on phone duty on your own at the office today? This kind of idiocy is exactly why you're still doing part-time moron work and still haven't managed to become a proper full-time employee like me. Ugh, looks like it's down to me to save this wedding. Don't worry, dear. You'll have no choice but to go home when I'm done with you. Prepare yourself for what's coming. You have no idea about the hell that's about to be unleashed on you, missy. Don't say I didn't warn you, bitch. I spilled red wine all over your white dress. Thanks to my heroic efforts, the CEO's wedding is saved. I'm the hero of the day. Ooh, I wonder what I'll get. The CEO is going to be so grateful when he hears what I did. I wonder if I'll get a cash prize, a new car, a promotion, or maybe it'll be that luxury holiday to the Bahamas I've been wanting to go on all these years. Oh, I'm so excited. Danita? Where the hell did you get that wine from? I brought it here myself. It was supposed to be a wedding present for the CEO. I never expected I'd end up using it to save the day from a psychopathic wedding crasher hell-bent on stealing the CEO from his new wife, but hey, life can be strange sometimes.
That dress you just poured wine all over, it wasn't mine. I was borrowing it from someone.
Huh? Oh, who cares? That's not my problem. You should be more concerned about why you're so mentally deranged. Do you think it's acceptable to show up at a wedding no one invited you to, pretending to be the bride? You're in the wrong here, so pay the cleaning costs yourself. The bottom line is that you need to get the hell away from this church and leave the CEO alone to have his wedding in peace. Go home, weirdo.
There's something you should know.
What?
You weren't invited to this wedding, Danita.
Huh?
You might not have noticed, but there are no regular employees here today. It was only ever intended to be a small ceremony, and the only people who got invites were those of the department manager rank and above. I find it hard to believe you were sent an invitation letter by accident, which can only mean you showed up and invited yourself into the church without permission.
Huh? An invitation letter? What are you talking about? How about you stop spewing nonsensical crap and disappear from this church like everyone here wants you to?
You really want me to go home, don't you?
Yes, and quickly.
You should know that if I do, this wedding will almost certainly be called off.
Huh?
Okay, goodbye.
Veronica, come back, please. You have to come back to this church right away. Please, come and finish your wedding. I had no idea about any of this. I had no idea you were the CEO's fiancé all along. I had no idea that today was your wedding day.
That's strange. Because there was a gathering and an announcement at the office 5 minutes after you came at me with all that nonsense about me having to be on phone duty on the day of the wedding. I gave a little speech in front of everyone to thank them for my time at the company and say my goodbyes, since my temporary contract was coming to a close, and then I announced my engagement to Darren.
Huh?
Come to think of it, you were playing around on your phone at the back of the room while I was talking. You weren't listening, were you?
OMG. I saw you talking, but I figured you were only talking about your time at the company coming to an end. Who in their right mind would want to listen to a wishy-washy thank you speech? I had no idea it was something so important. Anyway, forget this crap. You need to come back to this church right now.
Why's that?
That wedding dress you were wearing was a new designer by the CEO's mom, a famous fashion designer. Apparently, the launch of the new dress was supposed to be officially announced after you guys got married. Oh, that's not all. Apparently, the media were here to film it. The reporters are so angry. They say if the wedding gets canceled, they won't be able to shoot their piece on the dress. Please, I'm begging you, please come back. Please get married.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because the wedding dress, which was supposed to be the central focus of the journalists' coverage, is so drenched in red wine that it's now completely unusable.
Oh my God.
As for me, I'm currently at the hospital with Darren's mom, who fainted from the shock of seeing the brand new dress she spent 3 years and $150,000 designing, being drenched in red wine by some unhinged lunatic she'd never seen before in her life.
You're at the hospital?
I'm leaving everything involving the wedding to Darren back at the church. If you have anything to say for yourself, then I suggest you do it there. Would you stop that? I need you to stop it with the phone calls. This is bordering on harassment now. I already have 255 missed calls from you.
Oh, thank God you finally replied.
Would you cut it out already?
But the CEO, he said I'd be responsible for all of the costs to the wedding after he canceled it. He even said he was going to take me to court and file for compensation, including for the money that went into making the dress. There's no way I can afford to pay all that. It's going to come to hundreds of thousands. How can he expect me to pay him when I don't have any money? Oh, that's not fair, and it makes no sense.
What does any of this have to do with me?
You're the CEO's wife. You have to negotiate with your husband and make this all go away somehow. Please, I'm begging you. If I'm not careful, I might end up losing my job over this. To be honest, I think that's already a done deal. I somehow get the feeling that ruining the CEO's wedding during your trial period at the company automatically excludes you from working with them ever again. What? Why? Think about it. Even excluding what you did after you arrived, the fact you showed up to his wedding without an invite in the first place is pretty reprehensible. Huh? But I'm a full-time employee. I thought it was fine for full-time employees to show up. Who told you that? Seriously? Then there's the wedding dress. You totally ruined the masterpiece work of craftsmanship that the CEO's mom went to great pains to make over the course of several years. You got the wedding canceled. In doing so, you even caused major problems for her fashion business. You can't seriously think you can screw this many things up for so many people and get let off the hook without facing any consequences. That's why I'm messaging you right now. This is it, Veronica. It's your time to shine. You can use your position as the CEO's wife to get me off the hook and ensure nothing bad happens to me as a result of my silly misunderstanding. Yeah, that's right. That's all this was. I didn't mean to upset anybody. You'll do that for me, won't you? You'll convince everyone this was all just a huge misunderstanding, won't you? Please, pretty please with a cherry on top. Why the hell would I do that? Why? I have no idea why you think I, of all people, would have your back after everything you did. Did you forget how awfully you treated me this whole time? But let me be clear. I am taking you to court just like my husband is. What? You have zero allies here. Now, if you carry on messaging me like this, you're just gonna piss me off even more, and I'll be forced to bill you for even more compensation. So if you have anything resembling a brain inside that skull of yours, you'll leave me in peace. But, goodbye.
Oh, Veronica, good news. It looks like the wedding dress can still be saved after all.
Really?
My mum had a stroke of genius after she pulled herself together after being discharged from the hospital. Apparently, she's going to redesign all the parts with stains on with new fabric. She's adamant the dress is going to be even nicer than before.
Wow, I see. Well, of course I'm happy about the dress, but that your mom's fine and back to good health is what's really important here. Oh, what a relief.
Anyways, as for the rescheduling of the wedding...
Yeah?
It'll lead to it being delayed a little longer, but how would you feel about us splurging out and holding a truly epic ceremony overseas?
Huh. Overseas? But I've never been abroad.
That's why I'm suggesting it. How cool would it be if you got married on your first time ever leaving the States? We can still do a small unofficial ceremony with a banquet and whatnot locally for the guests who can't make it abroad. We can still do a small unofficial ceremony with a banquet and whatnot locally for the guests who can't make it abroad for the ceremony itself. But I thought it would be nice if we could do the real thing somewhere completely new to wash off the trauma of the unfortunate outcome of our first attempt. So, what do you say, babe? Should we be bold and adventurous and have the ultimate fairy tale wedding?
Darren...
Come on, babe. The suspense is killing me here. What's it going to be?
A fairy tale wedding sounds perfect.
All right, let's get started on the preparations once things have settled down with that little legal problem we need to deal with. After that, we can finally get to work on planning the rest of our lives.
Sounds good. Got it. Hey, Darren? Thank you for everything. You're the best husband, fiancé, man. You're the best man a woman could ever hope to have.
Veronica, no. Look, thank you. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, babe. Meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. I love you.
We left everything to do with Veronica to our lawyers after that. Surprisingly, she did actually seem to have some awareness that she'd done something wrong, so she accepted her firing from the company humbly and without complaint.
But I can't say the same for the compensation. She was insistent she couldn't afford to pay because she had no money, and surprise, surprise, she was already in a bunch of debt from a cocaine habit she'd been keeping quiet from everyone. On top of the civil charges, I also filed criminal charges with the police for what she did to my dress. I told her I was willing to settle out of court, but that it wasn't going to be cheap. All in all, the charges mounted up to a fee so large she couldn't even find a loan shark willing to lend her the money. Realizing that in all likelihood she genuinely didn't have the money, I showed up outside her parents' house and explained the situation. After that, they very kindly agreed to help her come up with the money somehow. Of course, by help, they didn't mean pay it for her, and she will be expected to pay them back every cent after the debt's fully paid off. Apparently, Danita's currently juggling 3 part-time jobs, working like a dog under the surveillance of her parents in a desperate bid to try and come up with the money. However, rumor has it she's already universally hated by everyone at all 3 companies due to her abrasive personality, and spends her days in abject loneliness while being the butt of every joke and forced to clean the toilets.
Hey, Pierre. You still not done running those errands in town yet? You still have desk work to do, you lazy piece of crap. Get your ass back here before I have to teach you why they call me the Punisher. Hey, wait. Are you just pretending to be out running errands while slacking off, you good-for-nothing deadbeat? Hello, Benny. I know you're the manager of our department, but I called earlier and Chris, the assistant manager, answered. I told him I got a little delayed while out running my errands, but that I'd be back soon. I posted the same in the sales group chat just to be safe. Huh? Well, this is the first time I've heard of it. Regardless, that doesn't change the fact that you still have desk work to do. Get your ass back here ASAP. Would you mind telling me exactly what that desk work is? Excuse me, boy? Wait a sec. No way. Do you seriously not even know what your own job is? Of course, I'd usually be aware of what needed doing at the office, but since you asked me to run those errands first thing this morning, I'm not in the loop with everything today. I was under the impression I'd be able to leave on time. On time? Get a load of this guy. You'll find a huge pile of documents on your desk when you get back. I want them all made into invoices ASAP. What? Invoices? Since when did we have more invoices to make? Don't talk back to me, kid. You know full well I already ordered you to get these done by the first thing tomorrow morning. If they don't get sent out soon, the client is going to start asking questions. Benny, please. I can assure you, you didn't tell me to do any such thing. You got memory problems, kid? Get your head checked out. My demented grandpa's sharper than you. I'm pretty sure I didn't forget, actually. Did I ask for excuses? No. Quit whining and get your ass back here now. You're staying at the office until these files are finished, even if it means clocking out at 2 a.m. What? 2 a.m.? Benny, please. You know I can't do that. What's that? More whining. I'm sick of this already, kid, and I don't want to hear it. Not only am I your boss, but I'm also the son of the CEO of this company. Do you hear that? Did you hear that? The CEO. My word is law, and my order is absolute. You either obey me, or you find another job. Do I make myself clear, kiddo? Meeting someone? Ah, I see how it is. So you'd rather get frisky with some cheap bimbo than do your job, would you? I'm supposed to be meeting one of my guy buddies. Ah, I see. So you're one of them damn homos, are ya? Yuck, even worse. In any case, your work is your first priority, and that ain't gonna change. You're a member of society working in the big wide world now, kid. Work always comes first, and that's final. I suggest you snap out of this moronic college student mindset before I snap you out of it myself. You hear me? Benny, please. It's not that I don't think work is important. I value my job a lot. I tell you what, kiddo. You can ignore me, your boss, and the son of the CEO of this company, if that's what you really want. But believe me, it will have severe consequences when it's time to renew your contract again. Let's just say you better have a resume ready when that time comes. I trust you know what that means. I understand. Hey, Pierre, you useless piece of crap. Anyway, what kind of dumb name is Pierre anyway? What are you, one of them hairy French homos? Suck my baguette, moron. Wait. What was I messaging you about again? Oh yeah, there's still some work left for you to do today. Unless you want to go home at 2 a.m. again, I suggest you get your ass back to the office right now. What? You mean there's even more work to do? Even more? What the heck's that supposed to mean, kiddo? You just work slow, that's all, sloth boy. How long is it gonna take you to realize you keep getting stuck with overtime is because you work slower than my dead grandma? What am I saying? There's no way a 60 IQ pea-brain moron like you could understand the meaning of hard work. You can insult me as much as you like, Benny, but you're forcing me to do at least 3 times the workload as other employees, and that's a fact. I'm your boss and the CEO's son. You should be honored to receive work directly from me. Watch your tone, kiddo. Why do you keep calling me kiddo? We're the same age, for crying out loud. Whatever, fine. I'm sorry, okay? Happy now? It's a start. Now, your job for today is to tidy up the storage cupboard. Excuse me? Is that really something that warrants me doing overtime until 2 a.m. in the morning? Think of it as training. If you can do this to a good standard, maybe, just maybe, there's hope of you doing your desk work properly for once. Jeez, kiddo, how dumb are you? You're the only person in this office I have to explain things so simple to. You really are a useless piece of crap. Fine, I understand. I'll tidy the storage cupboard.
Hey, Pierre. Sorry to message you on your day off like this. Is now a good time to talk?
Oh, hey, is that Caroline? It's been a while since we messaged. It must have been, what, at least 2 months now since I was in the sales department when you were doing your newbie training?
Yeah, I think it was about that. Time sure does fly, huh?
I still see you in the cafeteria sometimes, but we never get much chance to speak, what with being in different departments on different floors now.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, did you want something? Is this about work?
No, well, did you hand in your resignation?
Yep. I haven't been feeling too great lately, and things show no sign of improvement, so I figured it'd be best to leave before things get out of hand. But wait, how did you know? I told Chris I wanted him to keep it on the down low for the time being when I handed him the letter.
Oh, sorry for not clarifying. I just happened to see you go into Chris's office and hand him the letter. I couldn't hear anything, but based on the body language and atmosphere, I kind of figured it could only be that. Don't worry, I don't think anyone else knows, and Chris definitely didn't tell me.
Ah, I see. I guess in that case it can't be helped.
Anyway, there's something I want to say to you. I'm really sorry.
Huh? Why? Why would you apologize to me, Caroline? Did something happen?
You've been doing overtime until 2 a.m. in the morning for the last month, right?
Well, yes, I have.
I heard Benny has been forcing you to work way over your contracted hours. No, scratch that. Beyond what's reasonable on a basic human level.
Yeah, he has. Staying at the office overnight is forbidden, which is why he told me to lock up and go home at 2 a.m.
Still, 2 a.m. in the morning? That's horrible enough. I can't believe he'd do that to you.
Yeah, I don't really like to complain or make a big deal of things, but to be honest with you, I haven't been having a great time lately. I think maybe I became numb to his crap because I've been putting up with it for so long, but you're right. It's not normal, is it?
Of course not. Listen, Pierre, I need to tell you something. There's no doubt about it. This is all my fault.
How could Benny being a jerk possibly be your fault?
Well, remember back when you were with sales and I was doing my training when I almost tripped over that extension cord and you caught me before I hit my head?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, I found this out later, but apparently someone else at the company saw us after you caught me, and only after you caught me, so it kind of looked like we were, well, you know. With that, a rumor starts that me and you are seeing each other, and before you know it, half the company is talking about us.
Wow, seriously?
I take it you had no idea then?
No, not at all. This is literally the first time I've heard of it. Man, that's crazy. But actually, now that you mention it, I have had this unshakable feeling that a lot of my coworkers have been cold and distant with me lately.
I wonder if that's why. So it has had an impact on your work life then. This is what I was worried about. I'm so sorry, Pierre. You don't deserve any of this.
It's fine, really. It's not like you tripped over on purpose, right? Besides, it's also not like I've been totally excluded at the office. People just seem a bit off with me sometimes is all. Despite Benny being a complete jerk, I can't deny he's handsome. And he does seem to be pretty popular with a certain kind of woman. Not only that, but he's a CEO's son. It's no secret that Benny has had a thing for you for a while now. It's no wonder people are cautious about being seen with me if everyone thinks me and you are dating. Anyway, what does any of this have to do with me being at the office until 2 a.m.?
The thing is, Benny hasn't left me alone since I joined the company. If it's not random compliments at work, it's date invites or expensive presents. I don't think a day goes by where he doesn't hit on me in some form or another.
Wow. I knew he liked you, but I had no idea it was that bad.
Right? Now imagine his fury when he hears the Pierre and Caroline are dating rumor. It wouldn't surprise me if that's why he started being so hard on you with the overtime. In fact, I think it'd be weirder if it wasn't related.
Right. You're right. That makes perfect sense.
I really am sorry, Pierre. I can't believe things got so bad for you. I'm quitting the company too.
What?
I'll be handing in my resignation at the start of next week.
Whoa there, Caroline. Hold on a second. You don't have to quit the company on my behalf.
But even if I do stay, what future awaits me here? Without you around to bear the brunt of his dick swinging, I'm bound to be the next one in his crosshairs. I've seen the way he treats you, and I can't let things get that way, so I've decided to take preemptive action.
Ah, I see. Well, I can't deny it. I can definitely see that happening. Especially if you deflect his romantic advances. Still, you've barely been at the company for 6 months. Are you sure you want to call it a day already? You don't need me to tell you how bad the job market is these days. Are you sure you're ready to go through the hassle of finding something else after you worked so hard for your spot here?
It's fine. I already have something arranged. My friend from college asked me to help her with the procedures to set up her company, so I'm going to focus on that for the time being.
Ah, I see. I guess it's not a big deal if you have something else lined up.
Anyway, what about you? Will you start looking for another job?
To tell you the truth, I have something lined up too. I can't say much more than this, but the short of it is, I got headhunted by Globex Corporation. They've been trying to reach out to me for a long time now, but I figured all this crap with Benny was the perfect opportunity to finally take the plunge.
Wow, really? You're going to work for Globex? That's amazing!
To be honest, I was pretty happy with my job before Benny got on my case, so I never seriously considered their offer. But now, I think a change of jobs might be just what I need.
I see.
My official departure date is exactly 1 month from today, but I still have a bunch of paid vacation to use up, so my last day would be in 2 weeks' time. This conversation stays between me and you, okay?
Of course, understood.
Hey kid, you're doing overtime again today. Good morning, Benny. I heard you left at the regular time with everyone else yesterday because it was my day off. You think you're so clever, don't you, you sneaky little rat? Mark my words, kid. The slacking ends here, because I'm back to make sure you don't slack off for another second. You're dreaming if you think I'll give you any time to smooch your girlfriend. Actually, today is my last day before I go on paid vacation before I leave the company. Huh? Wait, what? You're leaving the company? I couldn't let you know yesterday because it was your day off. But I'll officially be leaving the company in exactly 2 weeks. Thanks for everything, Benny. It's been an experience. Wow. I see. I was wondering how long it'd take you to crack under the pressure and run away with your tail between your legs like the little bitch you are. So you really are quitting, huh? Yep. Me and Caroline handed in our resignation on the same day. Huh? Wait, what? Caroline's leaving too? Come on. You couldn't just be a man about it and leave on your own, could you? You had to go and drag your girlfriend into your freaking mess, huh? God damn you, asshole. I had my sights set on that girl. Ugh, A little longer and I would have been able to steal her from you. Just know it. Steal her from me? You and her are dating, right? Huh? We are? What? You mean you're not? Nope, we're most definitely not. Us resigning on the same day was just a coincidence. We were both surprised when we found out we were both resigning at the same time. Wow, are you serious? Yep. Listen, Vinny, you'll have to excuse me. I'm heading out to see a movie soon, so I'll have to shoot off. Man, it's been ages since I went to the movies. And boy, am I hyped. Hey, wait, kiddo, I'm not done with you yet. Have you heard anything about where Caroline's going next? Nope, nothing. God damn it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. She did say she was changing her phone number when she left, so you'll probably be wasting your time if you carry on messaging her like you have been doing. What? Hey, what the shit? How do you know about that? I'm going now. Goodbye, Benny. Hey, Pierre, buddy, are you there? You didn't change your number too, did you? Hey, pal, are you there? No, I didn't. What do you want? I officially left the company yesterday, so you could have no reason to message me anymore. I want a job at Globex Corporation. Make it happen. Excuse me? I heard about how you got an offer from Globex to be the manager of the brand new department to oversee their expansion into the electric wheelchair industry. If that's true, I'm a way more suitable candidate for that job. So quit screwing around and get me in. Don't worry. If you do this for me, I promise to make you my assistant manager. Wow, this is hilarious. If I'm not mistaken, this must mean you got fired from the company? Huh? Caroline pressed charges against you for the stalking, right? With that, your past victims at the company finally felt emboldened to speak out against you. And within a few days, there was a 20-strong group of female employees giving witness statements. I hear your dad flipped out at you when he found out about you forcing me to stay at the office until 2 a.m. in the morning, too. Then to top it all off, someone in HR found out that you've been misappropriating company expenses while carrying out a routine bookkeeping check. While you may be the CEO's son, there's a limit to how much your dad is able to turn a blind eye to your misdeeds. Misdeeds when you're present at the company means constantly having to deal with criminal investigations and bad PR. It was only a matter of time before you got fired. How the hell do you know about all this? Sure, I might have been on paid vacation for the last 2 weeks, but I was still an official on-the-books employee until yesterday. Besides, I was also one of the victims of your domineering attitude, so I was privy to certain information. God damn it. This seriously happening to me? Anyway, to answer your question, there is absolutely no chance I'm getting you an introduction at Globex Corp. But why not? I'm elite. The best of the best. An elite waste of space? Sure, give up, Benny. It's hopeless. Hey, you watch your mouth, kid. Think about it. You might have moved up in the world now, but don't forget who raised you. I was your boss and I taught you everything you know. You owe me. Wow. You're clearly more detached from reality than I thought. If you must know, I got headhunted by Globex, and actually, they've been reaching out to me with offers since before me and you even met. What the hell? You got headhunted? Yep. But why would they go after you when I worked at the company too? Would you just forget it already? I'm not about to throw away the generous offer they made me. For someone who would beyond a shadow of a doubt cause huge problems for the company the moment he set foot in the building. This is a direct order from your boss. Wrong. You're not my boss anymore. You're just some tragic unemployed loser who thinks he's more important than he is. What? Anyway, I have a web call with the CEO of Globex soon. Peace. No. Wait. Please give me a job. These compensation bills keep turning up in the mail. I'll never be able to pay them off without a job. Please, I'm begging you. Pierre. Pierre, I need a job. You may be wondering how a moron like Benny ended up becoming department manager in the first place. It turned out the main reason, as expected, was that his dad was the CEO. Given their nepotistic practices, it was no surprise when the company went bankrupt 2 years later. Funnily enough, the first domino fell because of a series of blunders by a panicked and stressed out Benny in the weeks before his dismissal. Even after he left, the shockwaves of his incompetence continued to be felt, and before long, the company went under. His dad, the CEO, was naturally livid, and last I heard, he's currently forcing his son to pay off all of the loans he took out in the last few months before the company went under in a desperate bid to save it. Apparently, being the vengeful type, is now forcing his son to work 365 days a year without breaks to avenge the failure of his company, which he blames entirely on Benny. As for Benny himself, he did used to be handsome, but now, even his looks are gone. I don't know if it's the stress of being swamped with debt, or being forced to work endlessly by his tyrannical father, but in any case, he looks like a guy twice his age now. Oh yeah, there was one more thing. Me and Caroline started dating for real. We're having a blast together. I feel amazing when I'm with her, and I hope we can get married one day. Here's to the future.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.